Hey. Hey, Brett.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
Good. I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Are you keeping up with the Olympics?
Not so much. I actually checked it out last night. And they have skateboarding.
Yes, the women's
I was like,
skateboarding.
wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Is it the first time it's ever been done, or I haven't seen skateboarding in the Olympics. It's pretty sweet.
It was really cool. I'm not so sure personally, but
Yeah.
all I know is it was really cool to watch and those girls are so young. Like
Super young. I know.
I wish I had that much skill when I was young. Like what?
Yeah. It's cool that they're doing it.
Definitely, definitely. And I hope it gives other girls inspiration to do really cool stuff like that too.
Totally. I think it will too, especially being, now that it's like a respected sport or whatever. It's an official sport now, you know.
Were you sporty when you were younger?
No, not well. I mean, I played hockey as a Canadian. We kind of all do. It's a rite of passage here. And I kind of gravitated towards music, kind of in the middle school, teen era. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Sports was never my thing. I was never that good at it.
Yeah, I was never a sports person. I know I took swim lessons when I was what, 6, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm
Yeah,
not doing this. And
yeah.
then my parents put me in karate, and I was like, no, no.
Karate. That's something I always wanted to.
I was like, no, I'm not doing this. But
It's not me. It's not
it
me.
was not me. What Wesley was writing, and I know what was you was writing music and producing.
Totally.
You were doing all that stuff. You were literally writing your own stuff, producing your own stuff, recording your own stuff. You were doing all of it, and you were doing it all by yourself in middle school.
Yeah, yeah. It was my thing. I kind of just gravitated towards, I don't know, doing that rather than, I don't know, well, sports. I don't know, partying and stuff. I don't know. It just kind of happened. It was something that naturally happened. It wasn't, a lot of people weren't doing it too. So I was kind of an outcast a little bit, but it's my passion.
Definitely. And it takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that at a young age.
Yeah. Well, even like you said, you write and stuff. It kind of it's comes from within in a way. Like it's obviously you had feelings and you wanted to get them out, and some people don't know how to do that, and you've kind of gravitated towards writing and venting in that way. And I don't know, that's kind of what happened to me, but with music.
Definitely. But I feel no matter how old you get, you kind of feel this push and pull, okay, I want to follow my heart and I want to focus on whatever I'm doing, music or writing or acting or literally whatever. And then
Whatever,
you
yeah.
have the crowd who's hey, no, come. It's Come Hang Out by AJR. It's no, I gotta
Right.
I gotta do this.
Yeah.
And they're no. So you feel tempted to go with those people, but then you're no, what if I just stay productive? That's what I'm saying. It just takes so much discipline. Whether it's
Totally.
conscious or not, it really does take a lot of discipline.
It's also not listening to those people in a way too. Have you ever had someone go, you know what you should do?
Yeah, all the time.
And it's
all
oh
the
no.
time. All the time.
No. I appreciate it, but
But it's
I don't know.
What you should do? You should mind your own business and let me do me. You do you, boo. It's yeah, you
Right.
do you, boo.
If I was gonna do it, I would have done it. I never looked at it that way as being super self-disciplined, because I always felt like I wasn't, but I guess I was.
So then, when you were in it, you were deep in it. When you were in middle school, and maybe even high school, did you tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna go all the way when I get older? I'm gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, I always that's what I always wanted to do. Even down from being a kid, I would watch bands DVDs and like watch their tour diaries and that sort of thing, and like imagine myself being in those shoes. Yeah, no, it's something I've always wanted to do, like for a career and for life, but it's never seemed tangible until it was high school, and even a little bit after high school, where I was like meeting people that were actually doing it for a career and like doing it as a 9 to 5. And that's when I think it kind of clicked for me, where it was like, oh, this is attainable. It's not, you don't necessarily have to be, Kanye West or like the biggest star to be, I don't know, for it to be like your career or, your full-time thing.
Totally. And it's like now, because of the internet, you can just write your own narrative. Like you can literally
Totally
do things the way you want to do it. Everything's very accessible now.
Yeah, you don't need a label. You can release music, just from your bedroom, which is what I do.
Definitely.
A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I think it is the future. It's the way it should be. You should own, like if you have art, you should be able to own that art and make all the money off of it, unless someone's helping you and you figure out some sort of deal. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Why is there a middleman?
Yeah, it's like, hey, no, I want this for me, because it's like,
yeah,
you made it. So, but yeah, so like, I feel like that's especially true with the pandemic, because a lot of people, like, they had downtime and they're like, kid, how about I just mess around with this? Oh, wait, so I could do more with this? Well,
totally
do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. And that's kind of what birthed Quiet Love in a way. Like I was always in a band, and I still am, but it kind of pushed, I don't know, it pushes you in a direction. The pandemic, we all kind of had to figure out our own sort of things in a way, like you said, and it allowed that time to experiment and, create something new. Especially like I had some of these songs beforehand that didn't necessarily work for the things that I was working on at the time. So yeah, the pandemic actually put my butt in gear type and made me want to experiment and try something new as a solo artist.
Did you find it difficult to like start a totally new project during this time when like you can't really go out and like network with people in person?
Yeah, it's still like, still catching some traction type thing. And I think it's always going to be, a growing phase, but definitely it was weird to not like, or to release music and not be able to like go play it at a venue. You know what I mean? On the other hand, it has been actually good in a sense, because everyone's kind of been locked up and there's nothing else to do other than, consume content. So in a way, it was like a good time also for people like on Spotify, and people are around to listen to music. Usually, in the summer months, people are away and doing stuff.
I just think it's super cool how, you just went for it during the pandemic. Like, again, it's not easy, but you tried it out. It's working. And you just recently released a new song, No Feelings.
Yeah. Just a couple weeks ago.
Can you like spill more about how that went?
It was actually surprisingly went pretty well. I wanted to release it for the summer because it has, summer vibes. And I was surprised. I'm always surprised by like, the feedback that you get. It's weird. As a musician, just writing songs and always like keeping them on your hard drive or whatever, and then you finally release them, and then you get a response, and it's like, oh wow, cool. Like it makes you want to release more in a way.
Is it kind of like an adrenaline rush?
It's like performing in a way. It's like the butterflies that you get before going up on stage. It's the same thing the night before release. You kind of want to hit that pause button and go, oh no, is that snare too loud? Or, like, I don't know. That's when the self-doubt, comes into play. But then, release day, usually people are so kind and, people reach out, and it's And it's like the reassurance that you didn't know you needed in a way.
But then like internally,
Yeah.
where you're kind of like, okay, I want to pull a Kanye West and like, take this off of streaming service.
Oh man.
And then like,
Yeah.
okay, like,
Yeah.
like I'm still heard about Domino, but like, we're waiting.
I'm sure by the time this comes out, I hope by the time this comes out, it's gonna be released in the world, but who knows?
I hope it comes out. Okay, this is one thing I've got to like ask everyone. Like, we're gonna just start doing this. Okay, just go with it.
Sweet.
Is there one thing that you like really, really, really wanted to do, like a bucket list item before the pandemic? And then, or maybe it wasn't like on your bucket list before the pandemic, but now you're like, okay, I must do this. I must do this.
Touring the States. It was obviously something I've always wanted to do, but now it's like I have to because that was taken away from us. Like performing was taken away for so long. Like that almost, it made me appreciate it even more than I already did. But yeah, I'd love to just travel and play shows in new cities, and I think that's my biggest goal for the next year.
And you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, and we're gonna be so excited to see you on tour.
I'll see you there.
I'll see you there.
Yeah.
But look, like I'm very excited for you. Like I know all of this is gonna like happen. All your dreams are gonna come true. Like literally.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Before we end this, is there anything you want anybody out there to know that we probably didn't talk about yet?
Honestly, whoever's listening to this, take this opportunity to recognize that, at the beginning of the pandemic, Quiet Love Me wasn't even a real thing yet. So there's never going to be a right time. So just do it. Because that's what someone told me. And that's kind of what made me decide, like, screw it. Let's just try it out. There's nothing worse that could happen than someone going like, I didn't like it or whatever. I don't know. Just start today.
Be like Nike and just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, totally. Nike, shout out. That's just my little inspo for today. I don't know. You bring it out of me, Chelsea. The positivity.
Coming. We love it here. We love you. We stand you. And yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Where can everyone find you on Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff?
Everywhere you can find me. I am Quiet Love on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the fun places. Bandcamp, if you're into that.
What about
MySpace?
No, not even MySpace. I'm like
Vine? Yeah.
Vine.
I miss Vine.
Like, the fact that I can't even remember that it's called Vine, I'm like, what? Am I really that like
out of it? Were you
you
into it like super at the time? Yeah, same.
Oh my gosh, literally Vine walks so TikTok would run.
Yeah, totally.
Basically. Well, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Thanks for
having me.
Of course, yeah. Wait, this goes.